Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
Okay, so before understanding about the Prometheus, we need to understand the topics of and the concept of time series. Okay, so what is time series? So let's cover the time series as well at a high level. So what is time series? So if you look at this here, in the world of monitoring, what we do. So from applications, from services, from operating system and from IT networks and from different sources we capture the matrices, right? So we can monitor the all the infrastructure. Now we have lots of data, which includes matrices and logging. We have financial data. If you want to capture, you may do that. You may capture event data also, IoT data as well, other data. But the problem here is, uh, let me mute. The problem here is where to store it. If you look at this, all the data is being stored in the storage. So the question is very simple. Question is how to store the mass amount of matrices and also making them easy for query. Because if you stored everything, you required a huge amount of storage, and for processing you need CPU and RAM, correct? So there is a problem here, how to solve mass storage issues and faster searches and queries. That is the question, because you store all the data, all the matrices every seconds at a certain storage. So that may create a problem for the storage in the long run. So how do we solve it? That is where the time series data is coming. Time series database is coming. So that's a concept of using time series. What you do, you don't store all the matrices. Yes, the time series database concept as part of this database concept, you don't store all the matrices. So what the matrices you store, you store any matrices, but but not every seconds, but at a certain intervals. So let's say earlier we used to collect the data every seconds, But in time series, you collect every 15 seconds or something like that. So now I'll put it in this way. Earlier you were required 15 GB of storage, let's say. So now with the time series database, you require only 1 GB. So that is a concept here. So time series data is a sequence of data points collected at regular interval over a period of time. Okay, so all the data, which includes device data, weather data, stock, and everything, you stored in the database, but at a certain interval. Not everything you stored. Stock write high write performance, data complications, and fast, easy, and range queries. So, did you understand that the concept of time series database? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So now these are the three characteristics of time series database. Time centric data, that means the data which you are capturing at a certain interval. So you will have a data only for that point only. Okay, that is a time centric data. In a time series database, uh, basically it's a insert operations only. Okay, you can't update the data, so that is the stuff. And write to recent interval, so data generally written to the most recent time interval. So this is the data format which you see that, if you look at this, the format, you have metric name, bottom section which is http request total, that's the metric name, and the value is 1027, and at what time this metric value is captured, you see the timestamp in any watch format. Okay, and now if you see that method post and code is equal to 200, that is a label or tag to the data. So http request total, the value is 1027, but you want to tag mode tag and add a labels to that. Why? So you can filter it, and you can see the right data. For example, HTTP request total. So this matrix is from 200, code 200 means response code 200 or 400 or something like that, or from the server 1 or server 2 or web server or product 1 or product 2, something like that. So you can add a uh, uh, tag or label also. So this is the way time series data, data series is represented. Okay, so yeah, so there are some misconceptions about the time series database. So if you see that here, there is one matrix CPU, there is one matrix frame, and there are a few tags which you can see in the second row, and the below you have a data which is nothing but the time series and then value. So sometimes we feel like this way the time series database will be stored, but actually no, this is wrong format or understanding. Actually, this will be stored like this. There'll be certain time, on the same time the data will be stored. For example, CPU, memory, and temp. So you can correlate which data you are having at the time. So at the same epoch, I mean timestamp, multiple matrices will be stored with their values. So if you want to search, let's say I want to search, it's like select star where time is equal to X. So you can get that particular time, what is the CPU utilization, what is the RAM utilizations, and what is the temperatures of motherboard. You can get it. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the things. So you can build the correlations also that in this format. So now the question is how to store time series data. So by now we have understood what is a time series and what is the problem it is solved. It is solving the two problem. One is storage issues and another one is searching the data faster and for analysis purpose. But the question is how to store time series data, which are the tools available. So these are the tools which you can see for the time series database. So InfluxDB, KDB, and Prometheus. So today we are going to learn Prometheus on that. Graphite also you can use for time series database. Okay, so Prometheus, the one which we are going to use it. So some of the slides I'll just ignore it, not right now important. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the Prometheus. So what is Prometheus? So yes, Prometheus is an open source monitoring solution and it's a time series database. It's open source and the it is under the license of Apache 2, that means open source, and the source code you can find on the GitHub also. Prometheus is CNCF project. So CNCF, in fact, Kubernetes is also CNCF project. So it's a graduate product for CNCF. So that way, if you want to use Prometheus with uh, uh, Kubernetes, it is very aligned, and integration is easier to do that. Okay, so yeah, so Prometheus is an open source system monitoring and alerting toolkit originally built at SoundCloud, and it is now standalone open source project and maintained independently by any company. This is written in Golang and so. So it's a CNCF graduated project optimized for time series data, built-in service discovery features you have, flexible query language which you call it a PromQL, which we have, numerous integration in place, works in a pull model. That means the monitoring tools primarily work on the pull and push model. So Prometheus is working the pull model. Anyone have idea what is the Datadog model? Pull or push?
The push model.
Push model, yes. And uses Prometheus uses HTTP and plain text. That I'll discuss in some time. Okay, so what are the features of Prometheus? So Prometheus feature is all the key and values stored in multi-dimensional data model, the one which I showed you in the last slide. You can query using the PromQL. You have multiple other components like a push gateway and exporter in this architectures also, which we'll discuss in some time. These are the organizations are using Prometheus. Okay, so now we need to understand about the Prometheus architecture. So we have a Prometheus server, and then we have a client libraries, then we have a push gateway, then we have an exporter, and then we have an alert manager. Okay, so let's look at this image. Okay, this is the Prometheus, which is storage. Let me tell you here. So Prometheus getting the because of pull model. So Prometheus is pulling from the long-lived jobs and short-lived jobs using the push gateway. Visualization is done through the Grafana and you can alert through the alert manager. So how it works? This is the one. Look at this. Prometheus is pulling from the database, matrices from database, Windows Server, and applications. Uh, so this image is a good one. So let me explain it to you.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@debugschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.